Good evening and welcome to Freedom is a Constant Struggle here on Access San Francisco, hosted by
Kilu Nyasha and engineered by
Nejada Handukich. Kilu was a Black Panther and has been in the struggle for nearly 40 years. She is currently a columnist for the San Francisco Bayview newspaper, and it is my great pleasure to work with Kilu to bring you this show. Here we will bring you news and history of liberation struggles throughout the world. We will interview activists involved with issues such as the war, poverty, the prison system, political prisoners, homelessness, and the healthcare system, as well as many other issues that concern you. This is a live show, so please feel free to call in with any questions or comments you have. The number is on your screen, 621-4473. And so, in the spirit of think globally and act locally, here is Kilu.
Thank you, Najada. And I'm dedicating this first program to the spirit and memory of John Bowman and Jane Jackson. And now it's my great honor and pleasure to present to you Pierre Labossiere, my dear friend and brother, co-founder of the Haiti Action Committee and longtime activist. Pierre, welcome to Freedom is a Constant Struggle. This is not your first time on Freedom. So tell our listeners a little bit about our earlier experiences to kick things off.
Yes, it's a real pleasure, Kilu, to be on this show with you. And really thank you so very much for the invitation. And yes, it's been a long time, and I've known you for a long time. And you've always been a very strong advocate, a very strong comrade, a very strong sister in the movement, and you think globally and you act locally, which is so important for all of us if we are going to make this world a better place, a place of justice, a place of equality, a place where children, men and women will have access, equal access to the resources of the earth.
And Freedom is a Constant Struggle is a program that goes back to Pacifica Radio all the way back to the 70s. And you've been on Freedom is a Constant Struggle on KPFA. It moved in 95 to San Francisco Liberation Radio and then to Free Radio Berkeley. So here we are now on Access San Francisco. And it's just such a pleasure to have you. Pierre, let's give our listeners a brief history of Haiti. Haiti is the first Black republic. It just celebrated its 200th anniversary in 2004. And go for it.
Yes, and you know, many people may know, the Haiti is actually an Arawak indigenous name. And it means land of mountains. That's the original name given by the Arawaks who inhabited the island. So Haiti was invaded militarily by Christopher Columbus, and following a genocidal war, he exterminated nearly the 1 million plus inhabitants of the island. Haiti is located in the Caribbean, and it shares the island with the Dominican Republic. So at one time, when the island was one under the Arawaks, it was known as Quisqueya, which was the name of the whole island. But Haiti, as the Arawaks called it,
right,
it was actually the mountainous part of the island, which is present day, which was named by the victorious Africans as Haiti, as Haiti, the original name. So to fast forward, after when the Europeans, the Spanish conquest, they took over the island, they immediately started a campaign of forcing people into slavery. And so many of the indigenous died in wars, genocidal campaign against them. And we are very familiar with diseases and what you'd call today biological warfare. That was what had actually taken place. And also at that time, by the 1500s, early 1503, I believe, the first Africans who were actually kidnapped into slavery were brought in. Because according to Professor Ivan Vensotima, Africans had been coming to what is called the Americas, what has later been called the Americas, from early on as explorers, as just traders, and so according to Professor Evan Satima. So, but right away, people started, they were rebelling. They joined the original Arawaks in their wars of liberation against the Spanish. And there was a joint army, really, of Africans, and under the leadership of Cacique Henry. And they fought against the Spaniards and freed a portion of the territory between what is today the Dominican Republic and Haiti, in the mountains. So later on, the French took over the western third of the island, the part which is today known as Haiti. And right there, they introduced a they intensified the brutal slave system that quickly made that portion of the island called Haiti today the most productive of all the colonies, more productive than the 13 original colonies on the continental, what became the continental US. And in order to amass so much wealth, they had to really work people to death. First the Arawaks, and then the Africans were being worked to death, and they were bringing them from Africa. And in the tradition of our people in Haiti, people always refer to what is called the 21 nations, a reference to peoples from various parts of Africa, tribal groups or nationalities who were brought in. And people, actually, the spirit of rebellion was very strong. People rejected slavery. So there were a number of rebellions by the enslaved Africans, which culminated in 1791 in a huge mass uprising under the leadership of Boukman, who had been enslaved in Jamaica and then brought to Haiti to cut him off from his people. But his people were actually in Haiti too, because we were African people. So right. Boukman found his home there, quickly learned the Creole language, and he became the main leader who led the massive uprising in August 1791. And this culminated into a 12-year war of independence, and during which time Toussaint Louverture, Dessalines, Christophe Pétion, all of these people emerged from that struggle to form the new nation known as today as Haiti. And they renamed them after the liberation from the French, kicking out the best troops of Napoleon, and also the English and the Spanish who were trying to take it over. And they renamed the land in honor of the original inhabitants, the original Arawaks. They renamed it Haiti.
And I understand that Simon Bolivar also took refuge in Haiti, and he was the South American liberator.
Yes,